more we have that dialogue, right? So in relationship, if we don't have good communication, then that relationship probably is going to suck. Same thing with our body. If we're not assessing our body every single day, then we're not doing a good job of communicating it and letting it communicate with us. So then it's going to be a lot harder to do the work that you're trying to do. What's going on? Hey, so this is Master Coach Aaron Gaia with my fellow Master Coach Marcus Martinez. I'm also the Education Director here at Living.Fit, and we're talking about why mobility is important for training. It's like, just like this. I'm like, okay, I'm ready. I'm ready for my workout. No, so we, obviously, when we have our programs, right, we do these full-on warm-ups, and the warm-ups include mobility, as well as the cool-downs include mobility. And the reason for mobility is to create the capacity. If you do not have the prerequisite to put your arm over your head, then what is the point of pressing overhead?
We have this propensity to want to focus on the exercises, the weights, the intensity, but we're not thinking about, like you said, the capacity. Are our joints even prepared to go in these different ranges, let alone load them? And then we just add insult to injury as we progress by going heavier and heavier, more intense. And then we wonder why something breaks after a while, and then we get thrown back and 10 steps back after we just took 2 steps forward. So incorporating mobility prepares the joint complex for the work ahead, and it also is a great way to show us what our range of motion is at that time. We like to think like, oh, I have great range of motion, but it might not be the same every single day. You might have something a little bit tighter. You might have pushed yourself a little bit harder yesterday. So doing that daily just allows you to get a snapshot of how you feel right then, and that way you can match your workout to your range of motion at that time.
Yeah, I love that. It's a great mapping feature, right? It's a check-in with your body, right? The more we have that dialogue, right? So in relationship, if we don't have good communication, then that relationship probably is going to suck. Same thing with our body. If we're not assessing our body every single day, then we're not doing a good job of communicating it and let it communicate with us. So then it's going to be a lot harder to do the work that you're trying to do, or you might do some work that maybe you shouldn't be doing, exactly what Marcus was saying. So think about this. So it's your muscles, it's your bones, it's the tendons, but then it's also just the nervous system, right? So it might be a little bit tight because maybe it's been a little bit stressed out, or you've been stressed out with just day-to-day type things, your kids or work or whatever it might be, right? It's stressing you out, and so that's making you a little bit more tense. So then you're gonna want to pay tribute to that and understand that when you jump into your workout. So if you're not opening up the ability for your muscle, as well as the tendon, as well as the bone, as well as the soft tissues, right? The ligaments as well, right? In those movements, right? If you're not doing it at the beginning with a little bit of assessment and also creating a little bit of dynamic stretching into your workout and then doing another little check at the end, right? Then you probably are not going to be building that progressive overload of your mobility, so you don't have that capacity. So you're going to be tighter because I'm just working out and getting stressed.
And I love adding mobility in the beginning of the workout because then it also signals my body that I'm safe, I'm okay, I can get into these ranges safely. So now I can load myself and feel confident as opposed to just jumping right into my workout. So whatever works for you, I prefer joint mobility, working through the different joint complexes. What do you like to do for your mobility training?
So I really like the Dr. Andrea Spina, right? Functional range conditioning, global controlled articular rotations, right? Which is just what Marcus said, the joint by joint mobility. So that independent mobility, that independent capacity creates interdependent mobility, interdependent capacity, which then also creates interdependent engagement when you're in your workout. But another thing that I love, because it's engaging while it's mobilizing, while it's stabilizing, is the lunge matrix. So you're putting your feet and your foot, your ankle, your knee, your hips, in all these different positions that they can be in, as well as doing upper body drivers to then put your upper body in all these different positions, and then they interact together. So now you have this interdependent mobility, stability, and engagement happening kind of all at once.
Yeah, and the key is to find what works for you that doesn't take away from your workout, but it allows you to prepare your joints, prepare your body, prepare your mind for the work ahead. So give it a try.